Hi YouTube, this is Outlaw Priestess, and I am back with another mini rant. And this one is not just about gatekeeping itself so much as it is about the perception of gatekeeping, what it actually is, and sort of the conversation around it. So I am going to start off by saying that I am against actual gatekeeping, and here's how I define that. I basically see that as using intimidation or humiliation and trying to sort of bully newer people or people snobs perceive as lesser than them into feeling like they don't have a right to even explore their path. They have no business even involving themselves in the subculture community at all, and that they don't deserve to be there and do what they're doing. That is unacceptable. It's also, to me, I see that as a sign of insecurity. That's someone who doesn't even believe in what they're doing, because people who are taking their path seriously are not spending their time and energy in that way. So whether or not you have an initiation or a degree or whatever you have above someone else that makes you feel like you're better than them somehow, that's not how it works. And for the record, I dealt with a bunch of that when I was starting out, because I've been practicing since I was a teenager in some way, shape, or form. I only got serious and sort of more formally involved when I was 18. But I ran into a bunch of, oh, you can't name every Germanic god. How dare you even be curious about it? You have no business doing this. Oh, you can't name every single, magical phrase in Gaelic. You can't do, just these ridiculous, sort of metrics for what the one true way or being a real practitioner. Absolutely not. That's just, in hindsight, that's a pretty cringy way for a 40-year-old to be spending their time, is talking down to 18-year-olds. I'm 24 now, and I cannot imagine doing that. That is absolutely pathetic. So don't misunderstand how I feel about actual gatekeeping. I am not defending bullying. It's a ton of shit. And I keep trying to not curse online, but oh well. I was pretty much usually always the youngest person in the room for a very long time, and there aren't those rooms anymore because of Corona. But anyways, don't misunderstand me. Actual gatekeeping is shit. What I am going to defend, and I don't care if it sounds mean, however, is people thinking that not being handed every answer they want the second that they ask a question is gatekeeping, because it's not. I'm also not here for people just feeling entitled to go as far as they want, to hear as much as they want from, practitioners who are, more far along than they are, and being demanding about what it is that they want to learn and what they want to know. That's ridiculous. And someone saying no to that is not gatekeeping you. Someone saying you should probably meditate for a few minutes a day or a week, that's not gatekeeping. Saying maybe you should do some homework, maybe you should, learn some things for yourself before demanding it from someone else, also not gatekeeping. There's just a really alarming level of entitlement that I find really just laughable and ridiculous. That is not someone being unfair to you. Everyone gets to have standards around who they want to teach to and who they want to share what they've spent their time and energy on learning. And I'm not okay with any of that, and I think that people need to manage their expectations. And this is also another part that might sound mean. Not everybody is cut out to be a witch. It is not meant for everyone. I think people forget that this whole openness and the accessibility around everything is insanely new. And I'm sorry to be all back in the day, because this was well before my time. It's not even back in my day. It's not in my lifetime. Back in the day of ye old witchcraft, you had to intuitively find the covenstead, show up to their doorstep, and just park yourself for 3 days and 3 nights until the high priest and high priestess decided to take you on, in which case you would basically start doing the bottom tier work. You would be setting up the chairs and taking them down. You would be setting up the altar. You would be making food, whatever they needed done. That's what you would be doing. And that's how you started off and showed your commitment and dedication. Isn't even necessarily by, starting off with super high magic spells themselves, but by showing that you actually wanted to be there. And I think that people don't value that anymore. And it would, for one, this doesn't really happen anymore. Like, the coven structure has kind of fallen apart for as far as most people are concerned. And I feel like a lot of people would probably consider that sort of thing as abusive. I don't. I think people need that. You also find that in stuff like the leather community in BDSM, where people who want to be masters, people who want to be dominants, have to earn that, and they earn their title and earn their stripes by starting at, frankly, the bottom. And that doesn't have a bad connotation. That isn't a bad thing. It's how you earn empathy. It's how you earn what is going on for the person doing that, even if you never sub again. And I think that's important in magic because, you know, a lot of us are trying to learn how to do serious things, powerful things, like, and make serious emotional internal changes. So having some kind of pacing around that is actually a really good idea as far as most people are concerned. I think as far as everyone is concerned. So I don't see any of that as a bad thing. I wish we would bring some of it back. And, you know, again, like, a lot of the old grimoires, the old spell books, they included riddles to weed people out. So if you didn't get them, you wouldn't go any further. Witchcraft is not for everyone. You might have noticed we don't recruit. We're not out here on street corners preaching at people to find the Morrigan or else. Like, it's more like if it's more the opposite. So I'm absolutely starting to sound like a Baba Yaga type crazy old forest witch prematurely, and that is totally okay with me. So I hope that was at all cohesive. I actually did run out of memory on my phone halfway through that, so that's why the frame changed. But yeah, I am mostly doing this stuff off the cuff. I'm not looking at notes or anything, so I'm pretty much just rambling at you until I lose steam. So if you think I am being a jerk, feel free to let me know. If you don't and you want to make the coven structure great again, also let me know. I'm kind of just curious to hear what other people think about this, because this is the sort of thing I think about all the time, and I don't know if it's something other witches are thinking about or how they're thinking about it. So by all means, feel free to let me know what you think in the comments. This whole YouTube thing is so weird. Anyways, I'm gonna go prance about in a field in a white dress apparently, because that's what I'm doing. Bye.